what that name really means. Who is John Texter? Well, who exactly? What am I even talking about? Oh, I'm gonna have to explain people because there is a breaking news that has come in, and we're gonna go to that breaking news that happened because of John Texter. So it's really important to understand who's to blame here. Don't look at it. Don't look at what UEFA have done because UEFA are just following their laws. They have laws that are set up that are supposed to be followed. So what did John Texter did? Hello, guys. Welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host, Sam, and we are back again with another one. Let's talk about our buddy, little John Texter, and what this man did. So, John Texter is a mogul in terms of he enjoys uh, using his money to buy clubs and to have control over some of the clubs in Europe. So, what did John Texter did? John Texter owns Lyon, Olympic Lyon. It's a French team that has always been one of the best in Europe. But also, John Texter did put some of the money and bought some of the shares in Crystal Palace. And in doing so, what John Texter was doing was getting into what we call a multi-club ownership. So into that multi-club ownership, he owns about 45% of Crystal Palace shares. And in owning that, according to John Texter, when he was in TalkSport, he said that he has no really control over whatever that happens in this club. Yes, he might own some club, he might own some shares into the club, but he has no any go ahead. He doesn't make any decisions. That is to Stephen Parrish, somebody who is the owner of Crystal Palace. We saw him yesterday celebrating the Carabao, the Community Shield. By the way, congratulations, Crystal Palace, for beating Liverpool. Always important. I'll never take away that. My full analysis of the game, go check out the Football Connect LFC. I did it and analyzed it very perfectly. So I would advise you that you go check it. So what did our buddy John Texter did? So in being in a multi-club ownership, what is allowed by UEFA is either maybe you put your shares into what they call I'm forgetting the name. Please, somebody remind me the committee name. But basically, the rule is about you putting your shares elsewhere, which tells or actually reflects that you have no control over the club on document, on papers, and it means that the club is under the ownership of somebody. So that when the multi-club rules are applied, it can jump you even though you have shares on that club. It means the control is in another person who is Stephen Parrish, by the way. So this law was usually done around June, July in the football world, but it seems like FIFA changed that so that it can be done. Is it FIFA or UEFA? I'm not really sure, but change that so that deal can be done only in March. So John Texter, in not really thinking of this, he owns a percentage of Crystal Palace. He owns Olympic Lyon. Guess what? Crystal Palace wins the UEFA wins the Community Shield, which means automatically they're expected to be in the Europa League. And the problem is this. Olympic Lyon are also a team that is in the Europa League. So what happens when it comes to the multi-club ownership? UEFA, what they do, they look at the team that have history in the competition and they choose that over the others. Crystal Palace have no history of being in the Europa, but Olympic Lyon do have that history. They do understand. They have also participated so many times in those competitions. So FIFA chose that they would take one of this team, and it was Olympic Lyon which was chosen over Crystal Palace. Then Crystal Palace were like, okay, we're going to have to appeal this because the man you are saying owns Crystal Palace, he has a percentage and he has no any authority or command in what the daily activities at Crystal Palace happens and how it's run. And it's really clear. He doesn't. He even come out and he said on TalkSport, he said he has no control over this. But FIFA are not going to listen to that. So what did Crystal Palace did? They said that they're going to the CFC, Court of Arbitration of Football, CFC, I think that's how we call it. And they went to say they are against what Crystal Palace is saying. So they went and tried to fight it in court so that maybe the court may vote for them against FIFA. And the court case was happening. So breaking news, official, Crystal Palace will not play in the UEFA, will not play in the UEFA League as the Crystal Palace will play in the UEFA Conference League. The Court of Arbitration for Sports ruled that UEFA's original decision to demote them from the Europa will stand, reported the Times. So what does this mean? It means that Crystal Palace won't be able to participate because whatever that they'd gone there to really try and fight and win this case, they have lost. And in losing, it means that they're demoted to Europa Conference League because Olympic Lyon is not going to be taken out because they have history in the competition. So if Crystal Palace goes down, so now it's clear the problem. How will the fans of Crystal Palace feel about this decision? Of course, they're never going to be happy. How would other people feel about what's happening? No happiness at all. But it also has been confirmed that Nottingham Forest will take over the position that Crystal Palace has been demoted on, and they will be the team that will be participating in the Europa League or in the Premier League rather than Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace next season, they'll be in the Conference League. How does this help in terms of negotiating with the existing players that they're trying to keep and the likes of Eze and Gay, and what happens in the process of trying to get into somewhere else? All of those things are just screaming that it's going to be a problem for Crystal Palace. And I don't know what's going to happen, people, but these are the rules and this is what has happened. And I have to say, whether we like it or not, whether we are going to look at other people somehow or somewhere, the people to blame, and it's really clear, is the owners of Crystal Palace. They should have done this thing a long time ago. Don't come to a point where you have no option, but you're forced to be going lower when you're supposed to be playing higher than where you are. So the people to blame, in my case, are actually the owners of Crystal Palace. This should have been sorted a long time ago. And now we just have to wait and see what happens. On the other news, because news have been moving, and we are going to be keeping you updated with what's happening. So Tottenham Hotspurs, breaking news. Tottenham Hotspurs are in talks to sign Savinho, 21. He's 21 years old, from Manchester City. 50 million euro deal has been discussed, the report David Ornstein. And according to Matteo Moreno, he's saying that the 50 million which was discussed, it might not really stand because Crystal Palace wants more. No, Manchester City wants more from the deal rather than what has been presented. So it is going to be something that we have to keep an eye on over what's going to happen. But Tottenham Hotspurs are trying to replace Son, and they feel like maybe, just maybe, Savinho could be the player that can help them do that. Savinho can play in both positions, either on the right wing or on the left wing. So it's going to be interesting how that one works out like, and if Man City are actually going to release him. Because now what would they do if they lose a player of that caliber? That's the question for every Man City supporter to be trying to find out what exactly is their club planning to do over those decisions. On the other situation, as we continue with Man City, breaking news: Jack Grealish, who's 29 years old, to Everton. Here we go, a loan deal agreed, according to Fabrizio Romano. So Jack Grealish will be playing at Everton next season. Reason why he went there on loan, maybe he has lowered his wages because he was making so much money for Man City. It's because he wants to participate in the UEFA Cup Champions, in the FIFA World Cup next season. And of course, Grandpa, what's his name? Mm, the England manager, I forgot his name. I don't know what happened. The England manager, Thomas Tuchel, would want him to have game time to be ready for this season. So that's what we're being told. He will be participating. He will be playing for that team on the other side, the one that I've just mentioned over there. That's where you'll be playing next season, according to what we're being told. On the other side of them, continuing with Manchester City, it's being reported it's being reported by Fabrizio Ramon that Nottingham Forest are closing in on a deal to sign James McAtee, 2022 years, 22, not 2022, 22 years, from Manchester City, a fee of excessing of around 20 million pounds. That's according to Fabrizio Romano, that Man City are about to lose marketing. So Man City are selling marketing. They're about to sell, what is his name, Savinho, and also about to sell Jack Grealish. So some serious business are taking place at the City side of the world, and we have to see how that one plays out like. But what we're being told is there is going to be some movement, and we have to wait and see how that one is played out. In fact, it will might actually move very very fast because of course here we go. Jack Grealish was reached, make a team moving. It's gonna be happening, and according to Fabrizio Ramon, expect a here we go very very soon over this decision. So let's keep an eye on it and let's see what happens. In fact, the guy literally, oh no, that's another post over what he had reported first. So there is so much movement that is happening over this decision, and let's see where we go from here. On the other hand, some other news, I'm going to be talking about them on the Football Connect LFC. So I would advise you people to go check us out on the Football Connect LFC because we'll be covering the other news that are there in this Connect. But that's what's happening at the moment. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. We are going to be doing my prediction of the year, what's going to be happening, who will win the league, who will be relegated, what's going to be happening. The new season is upon us, people. And because it's upon us, we need to talk about it. So buckle up. It's gonna be an interesting day today on the Connect. Like the video, subscribe to the Connect. We'll see you on another one. We're out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect.